Hello, and just a quick video. Somebody left a comment asking me to define the idea of a billing agent versus a supplier. Right. So in the UK, there are only two suppliers. There's National Grid and there is Transco. They supply electric and gas. That is it. Everybody else, all of the other businesses, are just billing agents. They will argue that they're not, that they supply. They don't supply. The supply is done through National Grid and Transco. They are maintaining and supplying and creating the product. So the product is obviously electric and gas. The billing agents, even though they claim to supply it, they only supply a bill. It's a very complicated arrangement that is basically fraudulent. They have some regulation, obviously even Ofcom and all of that stuff, they're all, even though they're supposed to be independent. There's an energy ombudsman. They're not independent. They claim to be, but they always side with the billing agent. Billing agents are people like OVO, SSE, British Gas, and the other ones. Trying to think of another one, but basically they do not generate and supply anything except a paper bill or an electronic bill for alleged usage. The fraud, and basically it is fraud, and the government allows them to get away with it. Now, there is something about that I don't understand fully, is that these agencies are purchasing credits or purchasing something from the government, because the government obviously have to get money out of this. So the agents pay something, money, to the government, and this is allegedly based upon the current price per unit, and they're paying and which they claim back from their customers. Your meter allegedly records the usage, and then they do a calculation and they send you a bill for that use. However, it's a double billing situation, fraudulent, because the electric that you are buying from them has already been paid for by your taxes, by the government. The government pay to have this generated. Obviously the infrastructure and all of the stuff associated with that has already been paid for, right? So you're paying twice for something that they're not supplying. And if you pursue them, so contact your billing agent and ask them to prove, they cannot prove it because they do not supply. Now, there is one slight misnomer, and I believe it's called EDF Energy. They have wind farms and solar panels and things like this, and that energy they create is put into the grid, National Grid. So, and obviously then they get paid money by the government to supply that. So technically, they could say they supply and generate. However, it's not enough to supply the whole country. So we look into it very carefully. National Grid is the generator and supplier and infrastructure, and the billing agents are the ones that are fraudulently coming around your house and forcing you to pay them vast amounts of money for nothing. Quite literally, you are buying something twice. If any of this is unbelievable, then trust me, because it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable they've got away with it for this long, and it's only going to get worse. Let me clarify that if you are considering cancelling your account, or you're going to change your meter, look into it very thoroughly, because it can be fraught with danger and heartache. And certainly, if you're not a fighter and you don't like conflict, then I would recommend that you don't do it. However, I feel very badly that people are paying good money for something that they are not getting. So beware. You are perfectly, there's I think it's the Gas and Electricity Act, 1989 I think it is. If you read that, you'll see that you are perfectly legally entitled to have your own meter fitted, providing it's been fitted correctly. You do not have to sign up to a billing agent, but they do have a fraudulent system of numbers, a database. And this was revealed to me by OVO. They have a database of every single household around the country, and what they've done is they've divided the country up into areas, and different companies have different areas. And what they will do is they keep an eye on the meter number, and if it's not been assigned to any particular agent, then they will pester you and harass you, which is illegal. The harassment is illegal, but they will do it, and they will do it through the occupier. Bear in mind, the occupier is not you. You do not occupy anything. You are not. It's not a real person. It's not a real human being. It's not. It's a fictitious entity. The occupier. If you look up the occupier in the dictionary, you'll see that it says someone unknown, right? And someone is also, if you look that up, it's an unknown person. So they're writing to someone who they don't know, who's not known, who has no name, who is not legally responsible. However, they will claim that they can do that, and it's perfectly legal for them to try and extort money. What they will do is they will get a fake warrant from a fake court, and they will come round and they will forcibly enter and remove whatever you've installed, put their own stuff in there, and expect you to sit back and comply. So that's what they do, and the dangers of it. But if you are strong and you stand up to them, then you can actually survive quite well and save yourself some money. So yeah, it's been a learning experience, but the difference between billing agents and suppliers is quite good to know. Anyway, that's it from me. Have a very good day. I will catch you next video.